Hey there, team. So this is a little four-man free-for-all in Silmarillion. So it's been a wee while since I've done a Silmarillion battle, and it's been longer still since I've done a free-for-all battle. So I thought, yeah, let's just get this one rattled out, because this was a battle that I played last night anyway, and it's been a while since I've actually played the dang game, or any of the dang games, being Reforged or Silmarillion. So I wanted to just get this done sooner rather than later. So I'm playing as Angband, which I think is generally one of the definitely kinder factions in Silmarillion. Some of them can be a little bit treacherous if you are, if you don't watch what you're doing. But Angband, you can mistreat Angband a lot, and you can still get some good out of them. They're very stubborn and very powerful orcs. So we've got the Bulldogs here, far above orcs in every way, and I've actually given them an armor upgrade. I've given an armor upgrade to a lot of things in my roster today. So we've got the Bulldogs to their side with the Ironshod Legionnaires. Then we have the Reavers of Afauglith, who are actually, usually, they used to have the Ironshod Reavers, but they're very much the same stat-wise as far as I'm aware, a little bit more expensive, and they do not have the ability to receive that armor upgrade. So they do just have this more sinister, dark appearance rather than the nice, well-crafted, but brutish, but well-crafted armor of the Legionnaires. And I need to move through a bit faster because I'm starting to deploy my army. Ironshod Legionnaires to their side, again, armor upgrade for those boys. Then I've got some Wretches, of course. I don't feel too strongly about the Wretches, which is a bit weird because of how much I love orc fodder. It's kind of strange that I don't like the Wretches too much, but I've grabbed 2 units of them anyway, just to watch out for me and just to take losses. Then the Spear Guard of the Iron Crown there, and some Thralls of Angband. Not gone for any crossbows today, relying on my Thralls. I've also got, I think I've probably moved them already. Yeah, I think probably. Tormentors of the Iron Crown. These are the Macemen. Now, kind of, well, similar to the Spear Guard in many ways, but just maces instead of spears, of course. Got my double Troll Guard of Gothmog. Decided not to go for the Balrogs today. I think Balrogs can be amazing in like a 1v1 or like 2v2 scenario, but I kind of wanted the staying power of the Trolls and kind of the fire and forget thing, whereas the Balrogs, I'd have to babysit them a little bit more. And then I've got double Wolf Riders. They're actually, yeah, I really like that white. Oh, they look really cool with the snow on them, actually. We shouldn't be getting snow. Oh, that's because, of course we're getting snow because I'm in version 2 shaders. I forgot that I did that. But I don't actually think the snow looks as bad as the dirt. So I'll hold for it, and it's a nice evening battle right now, so I want to stick with that, and I'm pretty sure it gets darker as the battle goes on. I mentioned to Eclipse made this map, and I mentioned to him about these torches. I really like them, and when it does get a bit darker, you can see it flickering there. It does have this like light effect around the torch, which I think is nice. I'm glad we did this in the evening, so it is a bit more prevalent, but I'd love to maybe do this at night sometime, and maybe even, because I'm sure we can get inside that. Yeah, we can. Maybe like a smaller scale battle, just like mucking about in here just for the fun of it. But anyway, as always in a free-for-all, I like to get stuck right in the center of the map. So I've got my little point here, and I want it to be right in there. And it also means I'm just in the middle of this little farming village. I like that. I mean, free-for-alls, you never really develop a lore around them, where it's very difficult. But, you know, hey, we're orcs at the end of the day. We want to be claiming this. We want to be right in the middle of this little farm and stop anybody getting away. These buildings can be walked through, so unfortunately they're not going to provide me any defenses from the Feanor cavalry that are going to be on the field today. But my Spear Guard, my Thralls, and my Wolf Guard, Wolf Riders even, not Wolf Guard, my Wolf Riders should be able to do all that for me. That's why I've gotten 2 units of Wolf Riders. They're going to get sliced apart by the nicer Feanor cavalry, but if they can just hold the Feanor cavalry in place, well, my swarms of infantry tear their infantry apart, then that's all I need. So let's go to 0, hopefully 0.1 speed should be fine. Speaking of Feanor, we'll do that first. All the way over here, we have Eclipse, got hunters off, or huntsmen off Thargillion. all snowy. Huntsmen of Thargelion again. Then the Rangers of Hellevorn are behind them. But some footmen of Amras. Oh dear, maybe I don't know. I'll stick with the version 2 shaders for now, as I say. But I just totally forgot that about the effect it would have on these models, because the Silmarillion models look so good. So I don't really want to see them get covered up. We've got the Alcursed of Alcolonde. So they're the sort of Regiment of Renown version of those sword masters. The Defenders of Aglon, I think they're called. Hunters of Killigorm. More Killigorm. More hunters there. It's 2 riders of the pass. Then some stalkers and footmen of Amras. Anything else? Yeah, no, so very light on the infantry, as you would expect from Feanor, pouring a lot more of their money into their cavalry forces, which is really where they're going to do most of their damage. But the footmen of Amras are going to hold out against just about anything, apart from, I suppose, my more elite infantry can tear them apart pretty quick, especially my armor piercing. Then, looking really nice and snowy with their silver armor here, we have the Elves of Falas, led by Belagost, Lord of Belagost. So we've got the Marksmen of Balar, the Nobles of Balar, double warriors? No, no, single warriors, and next to them are the Arin Kier Lim. So, much more solid men-at-arms, which I'm a big fan of. I like solid men-at-arms units. Then, Scouts of Eglarest, double Scouts of Eglarest there. Pretty sure these guys are just melee cav, so I'm not going to have to worry too much about them charging away at me. The Warriors of Eglarest, more Nobles of Balar, and again, it looks like it's an exact copy. Yeah, I like to do this. He's actually split his army. Oh no, okay, then he's got the mixture over here with the Seafarers, Marines, Spear Host, and these elite spearmen, the Erin Ephedine, I'm going to go for. And then the Marines in the back there too. The Seafarers being Macemen. That's not fun for me. I do not have Elven skill. I just have armor. I've got a hell of a lot of armor, but I just have armor to rely upon. Lastly, the only pure human faction on the field is, well, they are the Easterlings. So we got the Warband of Lothlan all the way along the front. Real swarm today. Halberds of Lothlan. I've not actually taken any halberds myself, so he's going to be dominating the phalanx game. Then Clan Guard of Lothlan behind them, Wardens of Lothlan, and then the Marauders of Hemring. So they're going to be throwing, I believe they do throw these little axes first, and then they jump on in. And we've got the Chieftain's Honor Guard in the center. That is where we have the Chieftain himself. But we do have 2 Salamandrine Guard as well. All their little flags on their back, and I think we'll get to it then. So, I am right in the middle of things, which I did expect to be. That's kind of where I want to be as Angband. As I said at the start, you can really mistreat Angband. I don't have to worry too much because I've got my numbers, and I'm also so bloody heavy duty in my armor, and so it's not just like a swarm of little pathetic orcs. I can take a beating. And so I don't really mind if I have to sort of go arguably 2v1 at the start. My orcs can take it, and then I can see what I want to do after. So they're opening up my Thralls of Angband there immediately with these fire arrows. The Thralls definitely don't have the armor, and they don't have the morale. So I kind of want to back them up a bit, maybe spread them out. I want to, if they're going to shoot those fire arrows, shoot the Tormentors. Big shields, massive armor value, as I say. But yeah, so he's just sort of chased me away there, Belagost. I think he's actually going to give me another volley. Over there, the Seafarers are coming on in. Now, as I say, the Seafarers with their maces are not really who I want to go toe-to-toe with, but somebody's going to have to take them. The Spear Host are coming alongside them, though. My Thralls are getting some good, arguably good point-blank shots. They can move through this, but can I shoot through it? That's the question. I'm not sure. Well, even if I can shoot through it, they're going to be upon me in just a moment. So I've had to split my forces in half here. I've got my wretches over there, but they're going to need more than wretches just to hold back this swarm of Easterlings. Eclipse actually did expect us to all deploy quite far away from one another, but we deployed right in the center. So now Eclipse has to rush in, or he's going to risk being teamed up on. But with the more mobile army of Feanor, he can make up that distance really quite quick. We're seeing more and more humans popping up. The Stalkers of Thargelion popping up here. Triple units. Well, yeah, 3 of them. Nice little dip. There we go. Moving back toward the bulk of it. Looks like Belagost is splitting his force in half, getting ready for Feanor's approach. While... Oh, God, I didn't actually notice that. He got a good jav volley. Yep, good little jab volley there into my Reavers. Definitely not the people I want him to be going into. But unlike in Reforged, not all javelins have armor piercing. So my sturdy armor is going to help me out to that. And I think that the Marines of Brythonbar don't actually have armor piercing javs. So my armor upgraded Reavers, that's why I'm not dropping as quickly as you might expect. Gonna have to zoom in a bit. Luckily it's me, but usually in a free-for-all it's tough to see the mini-map like that, but we are able to get it. Dearie me, it's nice and snowy. I'm actually kicking their butts here. I guess it is just because I vastly outnumber them, but the armor piercing is really useful. Yeah, and I've got my backup from the Iron Shod Legionnaires too, so it's great. I like this fighting in amongst the farm. Let's grab something like that. You can see my trolls in the distance. That's a nice picture, right? Good little farmhouse there. Yeah, we're good. But I am throwing one of my units of trolls on in there. I should have actually looked where I was putting them. The seafarers are in here. That's a shame. No, if I could go back, I wouldn't have put them there. He's getting some jabs in. Again, Marines of Brythonbar. I don't think they have armor-piercing jabs. But we've made a collision over here now. This is definitely where I'm a bit lighter on the numbers. But right now, the Wretches, backed up by the Ironshod Ravagers, are going to be doing okay. But once this halberd line properly sets up, I'm going to be in a bit of trouble. Right now, yeah, you can see now over here where the halberds were a little bit faster. I'm already in a bit of a state. The Reavers, they're kind of very similar to the Legionnaires in a lot of ways, but more damage, less defense with their axes instead of their swords. So I'm immediately, it's very clear to me that this is going to fall. I'm trying to pull back my thralls. I did a little mucking about with my, oh yeah, this unit of Wolf Riders. Just wanted to chase away a Salamandrine guard. The Wolf Riders can take a bit of a beating because they do have those shields, but don't want to get them caught by the Wardens. But yeah, the overwhelming numbers. It's weird to be in a situation where the Orcs are outnumbered, but that is sort of what we've got today. And I'm just going to try and do as much damage as I can to the Easterlings, but my main focus is most certainly on the Elves of Falas. Got a little charge over here into the Scouts of Eglarest, but it's melee cavalry up against wargs, who are usually melee cavalry. And we're kind of just battling away, but I've got my Wretches in support, and I should be able to cleanse that cavalry. I don't like my enemies having cavalry. I like to deal with it as quickly as I can, if possible. Over there, this little Forester force is getting picked apart by my very dense line. I've actually got my Bulldogs right in the thick of it here, and there's nothing really with the competency to go toe-to-toe with them. If the Nobles of Balar could get over there, which they might do after they sort of probably chase away my Wolf Riders, then they could do some damage to my Bulldogs, most certainly. Legionnaires having a bit of more trouble now, as I'm getting shot. It's a shame. Yeah, I think it's these Marksmen of Balar just blasting me, and when those Nobles hit, this position is going to be turning against me real fast. My Trolls still bashing away, even with their macemen. I think it's just the amount of troops I've got guarding them. It's just overwhelming it. And the Ironshod Legionnaires having a good fight there too. But we're going to have to turn our focus toward Feanor as soon as possible, because he is nice and healthy. The Hunters of Kelegorm have arrived, bashing into some Marines, probably watching my back in all honesty. And I think this is the moment where I said, actually, nope, not yet, not yet. Yeah, still clashing away with the Easterlings on this front. My poor Trolls are getting absolutely eradicated here. The Phalanx is just, well, the halberds really, causing this constant damage to the poor boys. And, you know, they're amazing against, pikemen usually, but these halberds do have the killing power to take them out. And because I've not been able to get any support to this line, he is surrounding me now, getting these Wardens of Lothlan in my back and stabbing away at me. Still trying to get some close range shots on him though, with my Thralls. Firing away hopefully into the back of these Wardens of Lothlan. while he just tries to pursue my wolf riders. I'm actually probably getting a little bit of friendly fire with these overshots. Behind me, watch your fire there, thralls. Still clashing with the Elves of Falas, who are now turning their attention away into Feanor as well. So I'm able to really sort of pick apart a lot of what's left here. Elves of Brythonbar gone there, or Marines of Brythonbar. But Eclipse is properly set up now, and he's sending forward his footmen of Amras, who are about to backstab my poor Ironshod Reavers. Oh, they've got the Marines of Erendiel too, who are the Regiment of Renown version of... I'm not actually sure. They look like sword and board. I'm not too sure if they actually have jabs or not. We are receiving... Actually, this is not us receiving this jab fire. These are the Warriors of Eglarest. Yeah, I think they're the Regiment of Renown of the Warriors of Eglarest, by the looks of things. I'm not sure what their specialty is, though. Got my thralls here, and I'm pretty sure I've turned my focus. Where are we going for? Firing up. Yeah, so I've started to fire into the Feanor forces now too. It's clear to me that that they are the threat, and this is where I did make the decision. Why I talked to Megan, to Mevin, and we decided, yeah, no, this is we're not gaining anything from here. So I just sort of let the last few of these guys die off. Maybe I should have pulled away these legionnaires. I didn't realize there were so many of them. But I just sort of said to him, I'll stop shooting at you if you stop chasing me. So so he agreed, and we went our separate ways. But my army is in a bit of a state at the minute, especially up against these nobles of Balar, dearie me. Thrusting away at us with their really nice spears. Spear Guard here, though, are doing quite a good job against the Foresters. Really lacking the damage to get through our heavy armor. Nobles of Balar fighting side by side with the those heavy-duty men-at-arms. What are they called again? Aaron Kirlim. Yeah, they're wrecking us over there, and yeah, where the center is, I'm just done for. But over on the right flank, I'm doing a fair bit better. Ironshod Ravagers actually breaking there at 65, and the Footmen of Amorous are pushing back through. My Troll Guard are actually catching them, trying to slice a few of them down while I continue to fire away into their forces. But I really could do with a fair bit more. I could do with something of a bit more substance to hold that back. But the Tormentors are coming around, and as I say, I think the Tormentors are a great unit to be going toe-to-toe with the Footmen of Amras. Fallen banner there of the Elves of the Falas, but they will be dealing with me shortly. Spear Guards sorting themselves out. The Bulldogs, though, are still really quite healthy. They had so many meat shields around them during their fight, and as I say, they're massive armor value that I've buffed it up with an armor upgrade too. So they are they withstood that. I tried to be quite careful about who I fought them with. They were definitely someone that I paid a bit more attention to in the battle, just to keep them a bit safe, because that's important. But Mevin is quite healthy as he guts the last few of my legionnaires. Really sort of stuck in here. These guys now fighting to the death, realizing that they're not going to be receiving any support. Not that there is any support I could give them, even if I wanted to at this point. But they'll hopefully slice down one or two guys as they're butchered in place. My Ravagers running past the Wardens of Lothlan, who will happily slice them apart. Trolls, however, have been able to fire away freely for some time now, and they're actually dropping some footmen. I guess if you shoot these footmen in the back, you are going to take one or two of them down, which is nice. The Tormentors are here, though. Still some trolls in place, though. The Accursed are here, though, and that's going to be, that's definitely going to be what it takes. Oh, what we got? Oh, he was just slicing down a noble of Balar. I got my Spear Guard. I was just using my Spear Guard to kind of watch the back off my Bulldogs, as my Bulldogs are running over here. Yeah, good. So the plan was take the Bulldogs over here and start trying to smash up some Feanor forces, because Eclipse was very healthy right now, and we needed to deal with that. So I'm just sort of leaving these Ironshod Legionnaires to do what they can there. These Spear Guard could really be pulled out. They're quite healthy. I think I was maybe a little bit too certainly not forgetful. I was maybe a little bit too sacrificial with my forces. I actually pulled off a little charge here up against with my wolf guard. No, wolf riders, not wolf guard. Charged in some footmen of Amras. Didn't really work out too well for me, but we managed to get out of there. And now the Riders of the Pass are opening up, so I'm just thinking, right, shoot. If I can just kill off some of Feanor's cavalry, then that works all the well. Yeah, Thralls of Angband grabbed here. Hunters coming on in. Yeah, there's still so many Feanor horsemen surviving as Belagost and I continue to sort of tear lumps out of each other. Yeah, Elves of the Falas are pretty healthy in this centre, which, as I say, that's where we were getting sliced apart. He's getting through to my poor Thralls, but those Thralls were almost out of ammo. I did manage to use up most of their shots, and now I'm just hurling them on into the footmen of Amras, who will slice them apart. But they have bought enough time for the Bulldogs to arrive, and there's still some Trolls in there even. So we'll hopefully do all right. Where are my Spear Guard? I think my Spear Guard had to get thrown on in. Yep, there they are. Yeah, the Spear Guard are just doing what they can up against these humans of Helivorn and the Elves of Amras. But they will not last for too much longer. And all the while that we're perhaps focusing on Feanor, Mevin is still doing alright. I've weakened his front line, and there's been a few cavalry movements here and there that have been pestering him. But he's still quite beefy with his very large force, foregoing very many of the elite units that the Easterlings can bring to bear. And I'm actually deciding as well here to use my Spear Guard to guard his left flank from Feanor's cavalry. Because I'm still viewing this this footman swarm and the cavalry as the primary threat. These Salamandrine Guard are over here, but they're actually getting... Yeah, they're actually getting outshot quite nicely by the Hunters of Helivorn. Sorry, not Hunters of Helivorn. The Hunters of Keligorn are blasting them down, but they're not really firing back, so that makes a bit of sense. But they just try to maneuver past and keep themselves quite healthy. All these Riders of the Pass just waiting. Stalkers of Thargelion opening up with a little... Are they firing a bit too high? No! Oh, that's right into these elite units there. I mean, the great shield value will be very beneficial. I'm not sure if those... Oh, those are Stalkers. I'm pretty sure the Stalkers are the armor-piercing variant of these human javelin throwers. But I wouldn't bet on it. So... Nobles of Balar coming on in. Yeah, all of these elites will be more than enough to deal with that. And actually, he's timing it quite nicely with a mere charge, just with a handful of these Scouts of Eglarest. It's not enough to deal with the Stalkers, though. I could have caused a break if they were a little bit weaker. Spear Guard there doing what they can. That was not my general. My general actually killed Eclipse. I didn't realize that. Very nice. As we sliced him down, probably part of, yeah, it looks like he was part of the Accursed. A very damn good unit, but not quite what you need to go toe-to-toe with the Bulldogs. As we continue to slice them on down. There's even another Troll left. I think there's 2 Trolls. Where's my last Troll? Well, he's down now. Am I blind? I perhaps marched him off somewhere else. Oh no, there he is. I'm very blind. Good. He was probably just watching our backs from the footmen. I had to pull these Bulldogs off the front line, so they're sort of fighting back to back now with the Spear Guard trying to hold back what's left here. I didn't really want to get rear charged, that was all. But all the while, as I say, Mevin is approaching. I'm still trying to guard his left flank, because there's a lot of Eclipse's cavalry left. The Riders, 1 Rider, 1 mounted company, 1 Hunters there, 1 mounted company. Hunters. I'll have to go and kill these Salamandrine Guard. Mevin might be focusing elsewhere. No, he has given them an order. He is going to try and escape this. He is just running and running and running. He has been doing so for some time. Nothing over here. Let me zoom out of the map for a second. We're starting to get to the point where I don't have too many units left, so this is probably a better way to view the map. The Bulldogs are now truly outmatched. There's still 42 of them, but those hit points will be just about fully expended at this point. And they are up against some supreme quality, even with the Hunters coming in, the Huntsmen of Thargelion coming in just to back them up. The Tormentors of the Iron Crown finally broke in there. And yeah, you can see they were 42 a second ago, now they're almost 32. So I am dropping Ricky Tick now. Backed up by the charge of the Warband of Lothlan. And the Mountain Company are coming in to rear charge Mevin. But I managed to do my duty and grab the Mountain Company with my Spear Guard there. Marauders of Himring coming around. As I say, like, even with all this stuff here, you can move through it, so it's not going to stop a cavalry charge. Which would make, you know, if this was all solid, then I would definitely be very worried for Eclipse at this minute. Oh, there's still a few of these. Oh, there's still 70. Where have you got those guys, Belagost? I don't know. I think he's maybe, yeah, he's switched his focus now. And he's actually got quite a substantial line. That's a lot more of the Elves of the Falas than I thought. And they're holding out pretty firmly. But when you outnumber your enemy so much and you have these phalanxes to rely upon, still it can do wonders for you. My Bulldogs here no longer fighting Elves. I think, yeah, all the Elven fighters are dead. So now they switch their focus once again to trying to slice down the men that are attacking them. But being so badly bloodied at this point, they're going to have a lot of trouble. And with these phalanxes backed up by sturdy spear and shieldmen, it's not going to be too pretty. Now I've started to... No, how did that little engagement go? Oh god, ouch. I actually got eviscerated there. I thought I took out a few horses. I'm not seeing a single horseman dead here. Dearie me. That went very badly for me. Oh well. Anyway, so I'm coming around. I'm starting to view Mevin as the real threat here, especially because he's battering down my Bulldogs. So I'm just grabbing my Spear Guard here. I'm going to try and go toe-to-toe with one of his units of Wardens. And hoping to reconnect with my Bulldogs, who are now right in the middle of, if there are any of them left, they are now right in the center of this Elf versus Men battle. I actually think... Oh yeah, this is the last one left. This is my general. Is he... No, there's still 4. Where are your 3 friends? They're going to be mixed in amongst this battle force somewhere. I think, yeah, there's one of them there who's just gotten dropped. And apart from that, I have no idea where the others are. But this general's sword will be armor-piercing because he was part of that Bulldog unit. So he is going to probably rack up another kill or 2. Good man. Slicing him down. And now that I'm no longer the focus yet, he's by himself now. And he actually just gets to stand there now. Because I didn't give him an attack order and he's not been... nobody's ordered his death, really. Spearguard, though, jumped on in, and they've decided to try and 1v8, or there's a lot more than 8 guys here, Ryan. 1v, like, 20 guys there. But most of them did charge into the back of the main unit. I'm starting to batter away them. They're not really fighting me back. I get my general just staring these guys down. He's just hoping that they die. He's just hoping that they give up on life and collapse on the floor. That's the aim there. But nope, he's decided against that and stabbed him right in the face. In his ghostly face, of course, but yeah. I wonder what we're going for the General of Angband. I wonder if we'll go for some sort of mystical figure like that, or if we'll go for like an orc. Kinda cool. Oh wait, the Huntsmen of Thargelion are approaching now, and really colliding hard with the Warband of Lothlan. But these Huntsmen, they're decent quality, of course, but they're not really as sturdy as the Easterlings. And they are going to... They're going to hold the line. Ah, yeah, I was... At the end of all that, it was an elf of Feanor that ends up killing my general. Just in this charge here, he slices down a bunch of my spear guard that were sort of clumped around that, and he kills my general. Gosh damn. I'm trying to help you, Eclipse. But yeah, then the Marauders of Himring. What are we going for? Can you get a shot there, boys? Of course, evening, they're holding their torches. Yeet! Oh, come on. I wanted to see that. I wanted to see the axes hit. I think they're going right into the front of the mounted company of Kurafin. Now, axes are most certainly not armor piercing. So that's going to be alright for the Elves of Feanor, who are generally the most armoured faction in the game, I'm pretty sure, until we start getting the dwarves showing up. Now this is where Belagost actually admitted defeat, which 19 nobles, 29 of those elite spears I was talking about. Okay, we'll talk about that after. We'll think about what about the effects that has in a minute. Stabbing away at the Hunters of Kelligorm there. What we got lurking? Some Marauders of Hemring broken there. Spearguard, my Spearguard running off. They're gone. I'm pretty sure that's me entirely wiped out. I don't have anything more on the front line, so we're just we're watching the others fight now. So interesting. Of course, we don't have like the Requeni. We don't have the real cream of the crop for Feanor today. But arguably, you know, do you need them? Do you need the absolute god tier knights when you have so much high quality lancers at your disposal? Yeah, who knows? It's I personally do like an amazing tier cavalry unit. It's always very tempting to me because it means I don't have to micro as much if I've only got one unit of cavalry to deal with. But now that the Elves of the Falas are gone, Hemring? Mevin can start to organize himself. He can prepare much better to respond to this cavalry action. And I think that this is all. We've got the Stalkers of Thargelion there. We've got the Hunters, Mounted Company of Kurafin, Riders of the Pass. Nothing over there. Nothing over there. So he's just coming forward for a charge. Let's say we're going to be vaulting over, or not vaulting. Horses don't vault. They jump. They just jump over walls. They don't have to. They don't vault over them. What's over here? There's still some humans fighting under the banner of Feanor, and that's it now. So it is just how much damage can Eclipse do with his cavalry here. There's pikes. There's still Warband of Lothlan. By pikes I mean halberds. Sorry, Wardens of Lothlan. Oh, so many pikes and spears on the field today. Getting into something like the Marauders of Hemring, that'd be very tasty, of course. And the Clan Guard even as well. I'm surprised there's still a few of those guys left. The Marauders here too. But yeah, just organizing. Will they go in 2x speed for a second while they assemble? Something that's quite interesting that Mevin was using was the I think the Wardens of Lothlan there actually have this +2 morale bonus. Now, +2 morale bonus is not a massive thing, but just having that spread across his line, that's why, you know, he's tried to keep his Wardens all the way across his back lines so that everybody's receiving that little buff. And I think that is something that's kept his men together quite well. But a quick charge there into the lower tier spears of the Warband of Lothlan, and the very depleted spears too. Oh, they did manage to get a charge into the Marauders of Hemring too. Over here, though, this is a beefy unit of the Marauders. He did get into the Marauders too, but, you know, when it's that tightly packed, it can be an issue. I like that captain with his two scimitars there. I think he's even got 3. He's got... Dude, do you really need 3 swords, Captain? Oh, no, those are just the scabbards. That's fine. I thought you had 3. Just, hey, dude, you know, one might get blunted or broken or lost. Who knows? It's a good idea to be prepared. But yeah, it's just coming in and out and in and out at this point. Eclipse can't really do anything too fancy here. There's just too many spears that he's going up against. When, you know, when your enemy only really has sort of 1 or 2 units of spears, you can kind of manipulate them a bit. You can really pick your targets, sort of start running around them and trying to get here and there and everywhere. But no, not like this. One thing I was going to say, I really, for some reason, I really like how this map looks in the battle map up there. I just think it's a really nice looking thing. But Mounted Company of Kurafin coming in again. I don't think Mevin minds too much. Like, he's leading it with his Chieftain's Honor Guard there. So yeah, as long as he can catch them, he's fine. Doesn't really, you know, he doesn't need to catch them with his spears. I was surprised at those Hunters though. 13 hunters end up breaking there, and they don't come back. That kind of, I was watching those guys, and I was like, because of course in the battle I don't know if they're running or if they're just moving away, apart from the occasional like run for the hills and shenanigans. So I was seeing that, I was like, Eclipse is running those guys really far away for a cycle charge, but no, they were just bolting, so that surprised me. Anyway, so defeat, of course. Going through the Bulldogs, and actually, yeah, the Tormentors here, super duper. A few prisoners here and there too. Anything else that surprised me? Oh yeah, so one troll of not thrall, sorry. One troll, 28, 108. Very interesting. I think that I originally thought that the 108 was the guy that I sent up against the Easterlings, but I think just with all those halberds, it was actually I think I was getting a lot more kills with the one that I was fighting the Elves with, which is kind of cool, just sort of seeing, even if you're just countered properly, then, even if you've got these low tier units, you can get sliced apart. The Wolf Riders, of course, they're just kind of there to catch enemy cav, and I wasn't really targeted by too much cav, so yeah, they did alright with it. But apart from that, yes, good. Legionnaires doing, that's kind of what you want, yeah, and the Ravagers did nicely actually too. You can see the Reavers too, yeah, you're getting similar sorts of kills from them. But yeah, I think that the big thing was just not seeing how strong Mevin was. I think because Eclipse hit us last, I think my brain kind of clicked that like Eclipse is the main threat. But I think because Eclipse was so cav heavy, as Feanor usually is, it kind of, he just didn't really have the staying power, and then like once we hit him so hard, he did sort of wash away. Now, you could argue a lot about Belagost's admitting defeat there. Those what, like 28 spears? They could have definitely killed another 28 guys themselves. Not a big deal, I know. But would that have held the focus of some units so that Eclipse could have been more active with his cav? I don't know. Like, I don't think it would have won it. Definitely not. But it's fun to imagine these things and think about how the battle could have gone. It's always cool in a free for all. I should have seen how strong Mevin was. Like when I was guarding Mevin's flank, I shouldn't have done that. I should have like openly said to Eclipse, yeah, just I'll help you. I'll tie somebody in place so you could charge them. Probably caught something on his left flank so that he could have come in and helped out or something like that. But no, I think something like that could have been good. But all in all, it was a lot of fun. I love doing free-for-alls when I know the people involved. Like, we were all in the same Discord channel. We know each other for a little while now. You're going to have a good game. Doing free-for-alls with randoms, though, can be very unpleasing. It can be very unpleasant, anyway. But yeah, thanks, guys, and I will see you later.